talking about Minecraft Steve until Minecraft crashes. Aw yeah, let's start. So, Minecraft Steve, he is, well, the main character of Minecraft, but what character there is actually? I mean, Steve is a character technically, but he's more so like a blank slate character, like a silent protagonist. But I'll even argue that Steve is even lesser than that. He's just, well, as ordinary as it could be, just a guy in the world that has blocks. So, what stuff to talk about Steve if he's just like this mundane? Well, there's a lot of stuff you could talk about Steve. For a fact, you could talk about how iconic he is. I mean, look at him. He's the Steve. And if you can't already tell, I am the Steve. I am Steve. So anyway, oh wait a second. I thought I saw Electric Charge Creeper. So anyway, Steve is essentially a character that doesn't have a character. So when many people, do stuff related to Steve and like animations or like story stuff, and usually they make their own character because there isn't much character. So whatever you like look for whenever like Steve is featured, he's either like a dummy, the smartest person in the universe, someone who likes some chicken noodle soup, or he's just someone that just voiceless and destroys villages and make villagers do anything for him. And I guess that's probably the beauty of Steve. He can be anything you want, which is essentially Minecraft as well. I guess that plays in with each other. Both the main guy of Minecraft and Minecraft itself is just anything you want it to be. No wonder the games last for 15 years. So anyway, Steve is a blank slate character. And obviously I take advantage of that fact as well whenever I'm like playing like with Steve and I'm like, doing a bit of roleplay. I kind of like think of a character on the spot. And for me, my Steve, he's kind of like that protagonist that like, that excited, energized protagonist that likes, the world and stuff and just like doing whatever. And whenever like crazy stuff happen, obviously you'd be like, oh my gosh, look at that giant anvil. Yeah, that's Steve. And obviously you save the world because my Steve ain't a bad guy, but for most people, Steve is a, villain, but that's just the player playing Minecraft. But Steve is, the greatest good guy in my experience. So back when I was making videos with this figure right there, I would use that type of Steve, and I got a bunch of cool Steve from that. A good amount of Steve, and also other characters as well. Because with the Minecraft figures, all of the Minecraft mobs are essentially nothing, so you can put personalities on them as well. Like if you want to make the zombie just like sit around all day just being bored, you can make him like that. Or you can make him a DJ. It doesn't matter. And that's Steve. So, whenever you think of Steve not having a character, you would think, how would he be portrayed in, well, Minecraft itself? Because if he's not a character, then how do you like show him off? Because he could be like anything. Well, essentially, Minecraft Steve and Minecraft trailers and stuff, he's a blank slate. He's just, the guy that does stuff alongside Alex, but she does stuff as well. Like, Minecraft, mining some gold, building some stuff. Like Steve going around, like in the Minecraft trailers, where that one from like 1.16, where he's just with Minecraft, like Alex, and they're just trying to like survive the nether, and they're just dying all day. Yep, sums up Minecraft, I guess. I'll let you play hardcore. But Minecraft on official stuff, like Steve, he's just, there. Which like begs the question, if you need to like make Steve the main character of like a Minecraft movie or like a Minecraft TV show, then what would he be? Because he have no character, so that means you just create a character, and then you pretend that all the other Minecraft fan base is like, well, that is completely accurate, because it is. Because he ain't anything. And that's probably why Minecraft Story Mode has their own characters. I mean, yeah, I guess you could just make your own characters because it is like different, but I'm pretty sure if Steve had a character, he would have been the main character of Minecraft Story Mode, but he doesn't, so he could just be a background character. Actually, I don't know if Steve and Alex even appear in Minecraft Story Mode. So if they do, then that's probably the easiest background characters you could put in the Minecraft anything. So yeah, there's that. And then there's also the Minecraft movie, which is coming out this year, and that's raised out the same question: what would he be? Because he's not a character. Well, he could be anything you want. As Jack Black says, you bring his own Steve in there. And, well, essentially you get Jack Black to Steve. Jack Black Steve. Yep. Is it really anything? Is it really anything? Uh-huh. Steve. I have this is the creeper right there. So, it's just raised a lot of questions when it comes down to, like, Steve's character, I guess. Which really doesn't matter, because Minecraft is whatever you want it to be. But, I do like to say something. Minecraft Steve not being a character makes it a little more interesting when you bring him into, like, fan projects. Obviously, I mentioned that earlier, but I think part of the appeal of, like, Herobrine, outside of being, like, scary and stuff, is that, well, Herobrine is a character of a non-character, so if he has a character slightly, he scares a bunch of, like, 10-year-olds when they're reading YouTube, like, watching YouTube videos, and it'd be like, oh my gosh, that Steve with no pupils is going to take my stuff and crash my game and then slice me in half and then blow up my house and then everything else. Yeah, that's Steve. Yeah, that Steve is just a Steve that comes from a Steve that has no Steve. Essentially. Which, I guess Herobrine essentially coming from no character to having a character makes him a character. So I guess that explains why he shows up in a lot more than just creepypastas. Like at this point in like fan animations, like whenever you see Herobrine in like any of these animations, he's like an actual character, like riding an Ender Dragon or commanding the hostile mobs, and Steve has to fight against them. Like at that point, he's not a creepypasta. He's just like that cool. Like how often do you like see that with Sonic.exe? Like Sonic.exe is there just to scare people. Like obviously some people make stories with him and stuff, but who's doing that for like serious reasons and not being ironic? Like that's just the power of Steve. Because without Steve, Herobrine wouldn't exist. I guess you have someone like Tom or something, but I guess you would get the same thing. But Steve, you brought yourself Herobrine. Herobrine. And too bad I can't play as Herobrine because I'm pretty sure that is not allowed here. But you can on Java Edition and on Bedrock Edition on, well, Windows 10 Edition. I'm still like back in the brain of saying that it's still Bedrock, but on a computer. All these Minecrafts better together, am I right? And Steve is better being his own thing. So that makes you think, what is there to talk about with Steve? Well, guess you can talk about Steve merchandise. There's Steve plushies, which is cool. He's blocky. Then there's the Steve right there. And then there's Steve from, well, actually, I want to talk about my favorite Steve, actually. My favorite Steve from, like, a fan animation. It's a fan animation by a channel called Blue Monkey. And essentially, it's just the Steve that, you know, messes around and stuff. And then he's basically the character that messes around and find out. Like, that version of Steve essentially, like, inspired my version of Steve a little bit. And I enjoy that. And that Steve is my favorite. And it shows the power of Minecraft. When Minecraft could be anything in the world. As you can see. So let me burn the turtle. I'm sorry, villager. You're angry. Now he's gonna burn the... I was trying to hit the turtle. Punch. And the turtle had no health. Here. So I'm about to get up to 10 minutes here. So I guess this establishes a little bit of something. I'm gonna see if I can talk about something while all this is going on until the game crashes, or the game doesn't crash. Because if I make it to 10 minutes, then the video is done. And I guess I talked about Steve for a while, Well, that was hard.